All right, welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're based out of. This is round six, top 16. We have the Royals and the Underdogs with us here today. And I'm very excited to have Sarika along here with me to co-host the event as well. Welcome everybody. Thank you, Yanko and Astrid, returning contestants who've played for 2 years actually now, been regularly doing well. Alok last year had a heartbreak at the last question. I remember with one of the questions that we had, and he has now subbed in his player Vedant with Akhilesh, who he hopes that will say yes to the answer that would have won them the match. But
Yeah.
thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining in. All right. Because we have a new person on the team as well. So this time, what we are going to do is we are going to go through the rules for a minute as well before we officially go live. And once we are done, then we will go forward with the quiz. I am going to share my screen in a minute. Please let me know if you can see it. All right, present, share screen. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
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 Perfect. So the only thing that I would say before we begin is this is one of those days where I didn't have enough time to proofread every part of the slide, which I usually like to do. So if there are any issues, please work with us, and hopefully we will not have any problem. But I'm very excited because, again, as I said, this is round six, and we are doing it an hour early, so we might have less people to watch the quiz as well. So less pressure on Alok and Akhilesh and Astrid and Yanko. But let's go through the rules, and we will see how the quiz turns out. All right, let's look at the rules. So almost everything is the same as we have always had uh, from last year. We have 12 questions. We have 60 seconds to answer a question. The timer will start the moment you answer or like I ask the question. There are no negative marking, so feel free to guess. There is a fortune wall from where each team will pick a number and then they will get points. Sarika is the official scorekeeper and the invigilator. She will continuously keep asking you guys to keep your hands on the screen. That's the only thing we ask you so that we don't get comments in chat and direct messages saying that this person looks like he was searching the answer on the internet. Uh, if one team does not answer correctly or passes, the other question will get a point for stealing. Correct answer 10 points, a steal is 7 points. If none of the team answer, we give out a hint and we start the round again with 5 points for both the teams. Final couple of things. Uh, if there is any ambiguity about the answers are not changed. They are set and the questions are already set. So please respect whatever the slide says. If you answer out of turn and it's not your question, the team whose question it originally is can take the answer and steal and get the points along with it. So hold on to the right answer if you know anything, but just don't like officially in excitement scream out the answer because then the other team can definitely take your points away. All right. With that being said, any questions before we begin?
Show all your hands.
Yes, please. At all times, show your
Uh,
hands. As we said, Big Brother is watching you. Officially, Sarika is the invigilator. Ideally, I would recommend sitting something like this or like however you want to. But like, please make sure your hands are visible. Like Alok is showing the perfect pose how you should sit. Also, chat. Like, of course, we have chat. We have Arlene right now in the chat because I think Liz is here as well. But there are a couple more people who would join in as we go along because, as I said, we're starting the quiz an hour early today because the participants were in Europe or India, so it gave us a chance to do a little early. But yeah, please chat, give wrong answers as usual. Those are one of the most fun things to do when we are on the quiz. All right. Since Yanko and Astrid, the Royals, were the first team to officially join the stream, we would give the first pick from the wall to Astrid and Yanko. Sarika, are you good with the slides to enter those kind of things that we have to make changes to? You can stay off camera if you need to be. Yeah, you're on mute, by the way.
Yeah, I will be on off camera and I'm ready with the update on this.
Perfect.
And
Anytime
I
you
will
feel
listen.
somebody is not showing their hands or looks like they might be using internet, if somebody DMs you, just point it out. Yeah.
And
Awesome.
do not
All right.
mind, and also do not mind if I point out to you. So that's
Yeah,
that's
because
my job.
Harika and I get a lot of DMs. You would not believe the amount of DMs we get individually after the quiz is over or during the stream as well. And we just don't want. We do this to have fun, and that's the whole point. I mean, if you know the answer, great. If you don't, who cares, right? It's just for fun. All right, Astrid and Yanko, over to you. Let's start the game.
Well, let's start with one.
All right, question
Why
number
not?
one. Ashwin? All right, the Royals, here is your first question. This phrase, used to describe an effort that is futile or wasted, originates from a Greek mythology involving a king who was condemned by the gods to eternal punishment. He was forced to roll a boulder up a hill only to watch it roll back every time he reached near the top. The phrase often symbolizes struggles against insurmountable odds. What is this phrase? Or give me the name of the king.
Oedipus. It's Oedipus' work. In I do not know the English one, but in German it's Oedipus.
Okay, is that your final answer?
Yep.
Go, Ashwin.
Yeah.
Not Oedipus. I think you answered just a tad too quickly. I think Astrid, you
I
were right
think-
there, but you knew. But yeah, that's all right.
Shit.
That's since that
Shit,
was locked,
yeah.
we moved on. We now give to Underdogs to try and take a guess.
Alok,
Great.
think it's
Mm-hmm.
Hercules.
I remember Herculean task is, but I'm just trying to think of the phrase.
So
Herculean.
if you name the king or the phrase, I'll give you the points. Both are
Maybe
almost
Herculean
nearly the
task
same.
seems
yeah, Herculean task, I guess.
But I'm just also thinking about there was this someone who was punished to hold the Earth, a planet, something. Is that related to this, or is it? Because there's something called labors of Hercules. That is also another thing that I know. Because he
Yes.
was given 12 tasks, something like that, and so
I think that was Hercules.
Hercules. So we should give the phrase Herculean task.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Okay, time for the final
Okay.
answer.
Yes, Herculean
Is that
task.
Hercules? Herculean
Yeah.
task?
Yes.
Not Hercules and Herculean task. I would say very good track, but not Hercules or Herculean task. We come back to Astrid and Yanko. I'll give out a hint. The hint is the founder. Like you guys are very close, right? You guys are very close. Oedipus, Hercules. You're right in the Greek mythology, but the king or the person that you're looking for is again the answer is dash task. He was the king of Ephyra, and he was a very devious tyrant who used to and the gods forced him to roll a boulder for eternity, and he has like a counterpart whose name is Prometheus also, whose liver gets eaten. That's a different story, but like it's the same thing. You do something, like survives, but it does again. I don't know what else hint I could give. We'll try another round and see if you guys can get it. Otherwise, we'll close the question because it's very tough to give a hint for a Greek mythology figure, right? Astrid and Yanko, do you want to take another guess?
Yeah, it's Sisyphus. Sisyphus' work, not Oedipus.
All right. Is that your final answer? Yanko?
I go with it.
Okay. That is right. It was Sisyphus. Sisyphus task. And the moment you said Oedipus, I was like, oh,
it was a
Astrid
shit.
knows
It was
it.
not.
He
Yeah.
has just mixed two Greek characters. And yes, Sisyphus, of course, I remember this meme that I saw. It was like a project manager asking Sisyphus to a status update because at the end of the day, he's not achieving anything. And I felt so like, oh man, it's so tough. But that's right. With that, the Royals get 5 points, and we go back to the fortune wall for the next pick by Underdogs. Underdogs, let's go.
Akhilesh, you want to go pick or
Okay. Maybe question 6.
All right, question number 6. In 2008, Magnuson and Daniel Anderson asked themselves where modern electronic gadgets come from. They conceived the idea to follow the production cycle of a pedometer in reverse chronological order from sales to manufacture. The route of the journey commenced in Stockholm, went to Incheon, Gothenburg, Rotterdam, Malaga, and finished in Shenzhen at the manufacturer in Bao'an. This gave rise to logistics in the year 2012. What is logistics famous for? What is logistics famous for?
Nisam and Daniel Anderson ask themselves where modern electronic gadgets come from? I'm just wondering, is it something to do with Ericsson, because Ericsson is a Swedish company. I am guessing
Based out of Stockholm.
they give rise
To
to route of journey commenced in
Rome.
Stockholm, then proceeded through the route of the journey commenced in Stockholm.
They followed the idea and they conceived the idea and like went in reverse chronological order from sale.
They conceived the idea to follow the production cycle of a pedometer in reverse chronological order, from end sales back to its origin and manufacture.
All right, time's up. Any answers, Underdogs?
I mean, this is a guess that it's something related to Ericsson, so Ericsson is the word that comes to our mind.
Ericsson, not Ericsson.
Okay.
We go to Astrid and Yanko.
Maybe RFID?
Could be.
Logistics in the
RFID.
From
Or maybe
sales to
tracking.
manufacture logistics.
pedometer.
Maybe GPS tracking.
Yeah. But RFID is like GPS tracking, right?
No.
Hmm. What do you think?
Okay.
Yes.
I would say RFID in this case.
RFID?
Or was it before?
Is that your final answer, Yanko Astrid?
I would say yes.
Not RFID. We come back to the Underdogs, and I'll give out a hint. Let's try this again. So, Underdogs, think of it this way. When they followed the production cycle in reverse order, they followed it with a camera. So, they followed the production cycle from sales to manufacture with a camera. So, they recorded everything. Which the movie that they made was called Logistics. So what is logistics famous for now? With that hint, let's take a guess.
So, is this that device? What do we call that? The camera, the small camera on mountain bikes that we put. That's GoPro or something. Is it?
Or a dash cam, you mean to say? No.
What is it famous for? I'm just trying. Pedometer is. I'm not able to recall what's the device production cycle of a pedometer. Order from end sales back.
They took a camera and followed the production cycle from sales to manufacture. And the movie which came out was called Logistics. What was logistics famous for?
GoPro comes to my mind, but anything else comes to your mind for this?
Dash cam. No, but no, it's not related to a pedometer. Uh, let's go with GoPro only then.
Okay,
Okay.
GoPro.
Final answer?
GoPro.
Not GoPro, but good guess. Not GoPro. Uh, Astrid and Yanko. Same guess. They took a camera, followed the production cycle from sales to manufacture.
In that case, what comes to mind to me are time-lapse scenes. So the time lapses where it's taking shots of every stage and that put together to a journey back. So time lapse, would I say?
Could be. So logistics is a movie, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I never have seen that. So I will go with Yanko as well.
Famous for. Okay. Time
So,
lapse. Is that your final answer? You have
yes.
90 seconds. Okay. Final answer. Okay. Not time lapse. We'll close the question. You guys thought a little too hard. I think the answer was like very simple. They literally followed a pedometer from sales to manufacture, which led to the longest movie ever made. This has the world record of a movie of 35 days.
Okay.
It's literally on YouTube with 107 videos split because YouTube does not allow it. This is literally the longest movie ever made. For 35 days, they just followed. The footage is 35 days long. It's crazy that they like this movie is actually on YouTube as well. When I created this question, I actually skipped some part of it. It's crazy that there's 107 videos, which
Yeah,
each video being like hours long.
nice for the long video marathon.
Yeah. But yeah, that was logistics has the world record of or the current record of the longest movie ever made. It's called an art project, not even a movie because it's that long. But yeah, technically it's a movie. All right, we come back to the fortune wall. 0 points for question number 6. Astrid and Yanko, your turn to pick a number.
Let's go for question 11.
All right, question number 11. Let's do this. One of my favorite questions of this quiz. Let's see. We're talking about a book, 11 Rings, The Soul of Success by Phil Jackson. It's a book where readers are introduced to themes like resilience in the face of setbacks, pursuit of excellence, and significance of fostering a culture of respect and mutual understanding. The author was most notable during 91 to 93, 96 to 98, and 2000 to 2002, 2009, and 2010. What was, or like there's a typo, what is the author famous for, and what record does he hold? Phil Jackson, 11 Rings.
I
The
have
soul of
no
success.
idea. I didn't read it, didn't hear about it, so
It's the
Phil
same.
Jackson.
It's the same here. So I didn't know about the book.
I mean, I would say it's the most sold author in this setting.
Sorry?
The where the most sold book in this setting. That's a record, I think.
most sold book?
No, the most sold book. There are the most. They have the greatest number of sold items for this.
Oh, no, not that. Let's go to the underdogs and see if they can take a guess.
Akhilesh, let's discuss. Do you know the answer, or shall I share what I know?
Just go with what you know. Yeah.
So I think Phil Jackson was the coach of Chicago Bulls, the famous basketball team where Michael Jordan era, and the record that they are holding is basically Chicago Bulls consecutively, or at least won 7 or 6 NBA titles from 91 to that time. So he has been the coach of that team, and when he left, basically Michael Jordan left. So
So this 91 to 93, 96, 98 period is when they won these titles?
91, 92, 93, I think Chicago Bulls won. 91 was the first time, 3 years. Then Michael Jordan left, and 96, 98, 96, 90, they won 7 times or 6 times, is what I remember. 6 times, and he's the coach. So my answer would be that the author for this book is famous for being the coach of Chicago Bulls, and I think the record he's holding is that he was the coach of the team that won the highest number of
Titles.
NBA titles.
Okay, is that your final answer?
Uh, but just before that, any other thing that's coming to your mind? Because I might be mixing up with some other one, but
No, I mean Phil
nothing else.
Jackson.
I go with your answer.
Okay, that's the answer, Sajid.
All right, that is correct. Phil Jackson was the NBA coach from Jordan era. But the crazy thing is, he then went to Lakers and won again 3 titles.
Oh my God! Yeah, he was, I think, one of the greatest coaches
Yeah. He still
ever.
holds the record for the most NBA championships ever. He has 11 championships. The book is called 11 Rings because he has 11 championship rings.
Ah, I see. I
That's
see.
why the book is called 11 Rings. He won 6 or 5 with Jordan and Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen. Then went to Lakers, one with Kobe and Shaquille O'Neal. Again, so many titles and like considered one of the greatest coaches of all time. The book is actually really nice as well. I've not read the entire book, but would recommend for any coach who is in like coaching how to deal with a giant mountain-sized ego of Michael Jordan, how he
Yeah.
used that and like won championships for Bulls was amazing. Great crack, Alok. 10 straight points to Underdogs for that question. And no, this was actually a steal. So 7 points to Underdogs
Oh, yeah.
for that question, Sarika. And with that, so just to recap, question number 11, 7 points to Underdogs. And let's go back to the wall for Underdog's official pick.
Alok, you go next.
Maybe question number 2.
All right, question number 2. Let's go. So, X is originally a geological feature. The word derives its meaning from ancient Greek word. Of course, we can't pronounce it. Meaning one or single, and the other part meaning stone. Featured in a legendary 1968 movie about space exploration with a visionary depiction of AI, X are machines in a geometric shape with a ratio built by unseen extraterrestrial species and triggers a shift in evolution, starting with the ability to use tools and weaponry. What is the X that we are talking about? Because X is the geological feature that we're looking for. And I also want the name of the movie. So if you give me X, I'll give you 7 points. If you give me the name of the movie, I'll give you full 10 points.
I've seen
Single.
this photo somewhere. It is, but I'm not able to fully. I've seen it in a museum somewhere. That's what I feel. If that's the same image, featured in a legendary 1968 movie about space exploration with vision depicting artificial intelligence. XR machines in a geometrical shape. XR machines in a geometrical shape with
Which
shared
movie came out
sides.
in 68?
Hmm.
E.T. was much later, right? Can't be
And
E.T.
it's saying X is a geographical feature.
Hmm.
The word derives meaning from ancient Greek with this meaning one or single.
Greek for unit.
This mountain is carved from a single stone. I think that is one big stone. Uh, but I'm not able to trigger the word.
Okay, time's up. Any guesses?
Not nothing coming to my mind. A word that I would put to it. Akhilesh, anything to your mind?
No. No.
All right, we go to the Royals for a steal. Looking for a 1968 movie. And what is this geographical feature called? Which comes from one single and stone, which is again featured very heavily in a movie about 1968, about space exploration and AI?
Something with widescreen or so?
No, no, no.
Okay.
Um,
One or single meaning and the other meaning.
yeah.
1968 movie about space exploration.
I would say that X could be the moon,
Okay.
and the movie could be Travel to the Moon or something. I have no idea.
All right. Moon and travel to the moon. Final answer.
Yes, Moon.
Okay, not Moon. I'll give out a hint. Underdogs will start again. So the movie we are talking about has a number in it, right? An year number. So that's an year movie reference. Okay, it's a 1968 movie by Stanley Kubrick, considered one of the most legendary directors in Hollywood. Stanley Kubrick's movie about space exploration, 1968, has a year number in the name of the movie, and the thing that they show in the movie is like a black single thing made of stone. And recently there had been a lot of things about it. It's like, how do I say it? There's a Latin word for one which is included in the name. With that, let's take a guess. If you don't know it, otherwise you might not know what I'm talking about. Then we
Uh, I don't know. 2001 Space Odyssey. Something comes to my mind. Is
Yeah, that was
because
much later, not 1968.
yeah, that is the thing that's much later. The other thing that was coming to my mind was extraterrestrial ET, but I think that is
ET,
also much later, right?
19, yeah, that's
Yeah,
1980s.
1968,
Has a
legendary.
Latin word for single one. What's the Latin for one?
Uno, uh,
Oh, no. Oh,
Uno mono, right? Monolith or something. This is something like monolith. I think the word X is monolith, and the only movie I recall with a number in it right now is 2001 Space Odyssey, but I know it's also very
no, it's
something.
definitely that, not that, but monolith.
time for final answer, guys.
So maybe
Eh,
monolith and tell me.
Yeah, yeah. X would be monolith, and can't think of a name.
I think
Yeah,
we don't have time, so
Yeah.
these two
yeah,
names, monolith and 2001 Space Odyssey.
All right. Final answer.
Yes.
yes,
That's right. Monolith and 2001 Space Odyssey is what
Yes.
we were looking for.
Yes.
So Monolith
Yes.
is that black single carved of stone, which is very heavily featured in the movie. And of course, Stanley Kubrick's space exploration movie doesn't feel like it, but it is actually a 1968 movie, 2001 Space Odyssey. Then I think
Actually, when I
2000.
was thinking first, this monolith word had come to my mind, but I did not say it. Uh, but
yeah.
this time I thought
That's
of
right. That's right. So yeah, good crack, Alok. I would say again, 5 points for underdogs for that crack since it was after the guess, after the hint, and we go back to the wall for Royals to pick a number.
Let's go with question 7.
All right, question number 7. A little complicated one, I would say, Ashwin. But straight through it, the answer is pretty simple. I'm pretty sure you know the answer, but it's pretty simple. Let's see. The name X may have been derived from a jolly and flamboyant chief with whom Samuel Langhorne Clements was employed as a reporter. While Sam himself said the X character sprang from 3 people, John Briggs, William Bowen, and himself, Sam later changed his story, saying X was fully formed from imagination. Now, X is a book about a boy and his adventures, considered by many to be a masterpiece of American literature. Name the book or the character and identify who is Sam more popularly known as. So, Samuel Langhorne Clements had a pen name by which everybody knows him. And what is this character that he created? or the book name?
I think the character is Huckleberry Finn.
I think also the book is named Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah. But who? Samuel Langhorne Clemens.
I would say. And give me the
Also
answer.
popularly known as nothing comes to mind there.
Who is the author from Huckleberry
Yeah.
Finn?
Huckleberry Finn. That's our answer.
Okay, final answer? Not Huckleberry Finn. We go to Underdogs.
I know.
The
Akhilesh,
Tom Sawyer?
Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and I think Mark Twain.
Mark Twain. Yeah.
All right, is that your final answer?
Right? Final?
Yeah. Final.
Yeah, final.
That is correct. We are talking about Tom Sawyer,
Tom
the
Sawyer.
other friend of Huckleberry Finn. That was my hint. I would have said that he was the friend of Huckleberry Finn, the famous character, but the main character, Tom Sawyer, is what we're looking for. And Samuel Clemens or Langhorne Clemens is officially or more popularly known as Mark Twain. With that, 7 points go to Underdogs for that steal, and we go back to the wall for Underdogs to pick a number.
Akhilesh, you can go pick.
9.
9? Sorry, I didn't. Are you saying 9?
Yes.
Perfect. Let me go to question number 9. Very simple question. Identify the company from their old logos.
Qualities. Qualities guarantee. Quality guaranteed, something like that.
Yeah.
It's the brand that's coming. Identify the companies from their old logos. So there are 2 companies here.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Right one looks like Lee.
I don't know. Hewlett Packard is coming to my mind. I don't know what Lee.
The jeans company. The Lee jeans.
Levi Strauss. Yes, Levi Strauss.
Levi
Right?
Strauss.
Levi Strauss. Yes, right. I think the logo is also
Jeans one. And what about the left?
I think Levi's and Strauss. Those companies. These are the 2 companies that were combined, so it became Levi Strauss.
Let's go with it.
Answer is?
Yeah. Yes, Levi's and Strauss.
Levi
Okay.
Strauss.
Okay. Levi's and Strauss are the 2 names you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Not Levi's and Strauss. We go to Royals.
I think the red one could be Husqvarna.
It seems to me like a Dutch company.
No. This is Danish, Swedish,
Danish?
or Norwegian, something like that. And the first one is very known, but
I'm just like I've been so focused on the quiz. I was not looking at the chat. I mean, amazing responses are coming in the chat. Sarika, if you could highlight some of them somewhere whenever you get a time, please do that.
Could it be the Nobel company? Do you think?
Nobel?
Yeah.
Something logistic? because it's Steuer or Sun.
Right, time's up. Any answers?
Husqvarna.
Daniels and RQ Radio. Any guesses, guys?
What was the
Sorry.
one?
Sorry.
Which name do you set?
Husqvarna.
Is that your final answer?
For the second one.
Yeah.
Okay, not that. We come back to Underdogs for a hint. So the first one, so these are two separate companies. Okay, just to clarify, both the logos are two separate companies. The first is a German manufacturer. Okay, German manufacturer based out of Wolfsburg. Right. The second is, I believe, Swedish. I am just confirming that as I say. Yeah, the second is Swedish and is based out of, again, a Swedish city. Let's say that. And let's take a guess.
German manufacturer. Anything coming to your mind, Akhilesh?
Definitely not SAP.
No.
BMW, Bavarian Motor.
But that's in Bavaria, right? Bavarian Motorworks.
Second one's based out of Sweden. Do you think? I mean, Del Monte is based out of Sweden.
I think Del Monte is no. It's Spanish or something. No, not Swedish. Any other Swedish company? This one, this car company.
IKEA is Swedish.
IKEA is Swedish, and then there is this another one. Let's keep IKEA. So BMW is coming from. I think BMW's original logo could be BMW. But what about this one? There is another famous car company from Swedish. So
Audi.
No.
Audi.
Final answer, guys.
So you want to put Audi on this or BMW on this? On the left one.
Let's go with Audi because of those four circles.
Okay.
I mean, made up from four companies though. Let's go with Audi and IKEA.
Okay, Audi and IKEA. Okay.
Final answer?
Yes. Although I think there is this is a car maker only, the right one also. But yeah, right now we have these two names only in the top.
Okay, Audi and IKEA. One of them is correct, which is IKEA, surprisingly, if you are unsure about it. IKEA is correct. And for the other, we go to Yanko and Ashton.
That must be Volkswagen.
All right, is that your final answer?
Yes.
It's the only one based in Wolfsburg.
That's right.
That is right. Volkswagen and IKEA are the two companies.
Yes.
Went to Bavaria, you guys went to BMW.
Yeah, I knew BMW was like, that's why we switched to Audi, because BMW could not be the answer, but Volkswagen did not come at the top of the mind. Otherwise, this would have been clearly answered.
That's all right. That's right. So we split the point. We give 5 points to Underdogs for this question, Sarika, for the correct crack of IKEA, and 3 points for Volkswagen because it was the steal for the Royals. And since this was the Underdogs question, the next pick is for Royals.
Let's go with 3.
All right, number 3. Interesting question. Let's see if you guys can get it. So there is 2 images that have been created by AI. The first is formed in it's musical acts or groups or people. First is formed in Aberdeen, Washington. Bad's lead singer was part of a band called Fecal Matter, then formed Sellouts, then name kept on changing to Skid Row, Pen Cap Chew, Bliss, Ted Ed Fred, before calling it what they got really famous for. The second is a native of Los Angeles. This person was a part of a group called CIA before joining another very famous group. His solo work included America's Most Wanted, Death Certificate, and The Predator. Who are these two musical acts or people? Just to clarify, I told AI to create AI rendition with cats as this group, and this is what it came out with. And I showed it a bunch of people, and they guessed it right. So I'm look like it as well.
The second one could be Eminem. Or Snoop Doggy Dogg. I do not know.
The first one, I would go for Beatles, but
12
An
seconds.
American band, right? The first one is an American.
No, the English. Aberdeen is England. Oh no, sorry, Aberdeen, Washington. Okay, sorry.
Aberdeen, Washington. Any guesses? Any guesses, Royals?
No. Nothing comes to mind.
We can pass. We go to the Underdogs for a steal.
So Akhilesh, tell me.
Yeah, you go on.
The left one, like the Skid Row, recalls me of that the band that I produced the Mission Impossible song. But I'm not able to recall it.
First one looks like there was a girls' band, right? I can't recall the exact name, but something to do with cats.
Pussycat Dolls is not is that's not going to be.
This is on the nose.
This is a metallic band which had that famous tune of Mission Impossible that they had, I think. And the other one seems Eminem, the right one from the. It could be wrong, or 50 Cents.
Solo work includes America's Most Wanted, Death Certificate, and The Predator. Or it can be
a part of a
Bono or Bono.
No.
All right, final answer time.
Then I'll put if I have to guess very fast, then maybe A, Metallica, although I think it will be wrong. And
B.
The other one would be either 50 Cent or Eminem. Which one you want to put? I think 50 cents.
Final answer?
Yes.
Metallica and 50 Cent, not Metallica and 50 Cent. Liz, I actually agree with you. The one on the left has one slight flaw, which I will now tell. The one on the left, the guitar player is right-handed, which on the reality he was actually left-handed. So I'll give out hints. The first defined the term grunge, originally known in the Seattle area, but first formed officially in Washington, Aberdeen. Defined the term grunge. Okay, famous albums included Nevermind, In Utero as well. The second group that he joined, this person after CIA, was a group called NWA, and he's now a very famous actor also. Those are the two hints I will give. So first, defined the term grunge and like made it famous. Ended hair metal glam, to be very honest. Short-lived but brilliant career. Famous albums include Nevermind and In Utero. The second one was from part of a group called NWA, and now is a very famous actor also.
Very famous
actor.
Then I go with Nirvana for the first one, so called Cobain. That's the second one.
Could it be the Fresh Prince, or how's it called?
Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will Smith and Nirvana, or other way around.
Okay. Final answer?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, one of them is right, which is Nirvana. Nirvana is the first band or the left band. If you notice, I'll share one more detail after, but let's look at the next one. For that, we go to Underdogs. It's not Will Smith. Will Smith wishes he was part of this group, but no, this group defined the protest rap culture in where it started, but I'll not give out more hints. Let's see if Underdogs can get it. Actor for part of a group called NWA.
NW.
WA.
Oh, I'm surprised. I thought more people would know this group.
Any clues, Alok? Anything?
Yeah, I
I mean,
agree. Liz, greatest rap group of the late 80s and 90s, NWA.
uh, I don't know if it's Tupac or Tupac
No.
or or
Sure.
That's all right. If you don't know, we can just close the answer. Do
uh,
you have any guesses?
Wild guess would be
it's not
no.
Eminem, right? So
Time's up. Final answer?
Let's go with Eminem. There's
okay,
nothing.
Okay,
Eminem then.
final answer. Not Eminem. The right answer is Ice Cube. So Ice Cube was part of NWA with Dr. Dre, and of course, like one of the legendary groups. And Ice Cube right now is a very famous actor. His son is now an actor as well, Oshia Jackson Jr., and he has done multiple films about NWA as well. There's a movie called Straight Outta Compton, in which Ice Cube's son plays Ice Cube, which is just brilliant. And of course, Nirvana. And one subtle hint that I had put there was, if you notice, Nirvana technically was a three-person band, but I put a fourth there because Pat Smear was always there playing guitar for Nirvana, though he was not credited as an official guitarist, but he was always there. And then he was the fourth guitarist or fourth member of Nirvana. Just trivia that you don't need. 5 points for question number 3 to Royals, and we go back to the wall. This is Underdog's pick now, right? Yes.
Alok.
4 questions remain.
Question 4.
All right. Question number 4 for Underdogs. Let's go to question number 4. It's a very interesting question. This game was created to salvage unsold arcade cabinets following the failure of a game called Radar Scope. Nintendo's president at the time assigned it to a game designer, drawing inspiration from Beauty and the Beast. It used graphics for characterization, had cutaway scenes, and was legendary. Even today, is mass marketed in products including breakfast cereal, toys, and television cartoons. What game are we talking about?
I don't know. What comes to my mind, Akhilesh, is Mario, but
No.
game
Breakfast.
was unsold. Cabinets.
Breakfast cereals, toys, and television cartoons.
Including cutscenes to illustrate a plot and integrated multiple unique stages in the. I don't know, multiple unique stages. I've seen that in Mario, and it's famous, I think, by Nintendo, right?
Hmm.
So I am not able to recall any other game that is coming to my mind for the. And yes, I think it's Mario because at the end there is a queen that they have to rescue. The Mario has to rescue. So
Beauty and the Beast. Okay.
so it could be Super Mario, whatever we want to call. So any other logical thing coming to mind?
Yeah, I mean, the last point
Final
that
answer.
you
Yes.
let's go with Mario because the last
Yeah.
thing that you mentioned about the princess.
Yes,
Okay.
Mario.
Mario, final answer.
Yeah. Yes.
Not Mario. We go to the Royals.
What comes in mind to me is Donkey Kong.
I trust
Right.
you there. So only Pac-Man, Space Invaders, but Donkey Kong could also be. Yeah.
Right. Which one is your final answer?
I agree with Yanko then. Donkey Kong.
Okay. Final answer.
Yes.
That is right. Donkey Kong is what we're looking for. Donkey Kong, if you remember, you guys were actually there, Underdogs. Mario is actually a player in Donkey Kong. If you played, Mario
I was
actually goes up the ladder and tries to save the princess from Donkey Kong.
I was very good in playing this in the back in the 80s.
Oh yeah,
I
it
had
was
I had it counting in letters instead of numbers.
nice. But yeah, Donkey Kong is what you're looking for. Very close Mario as the second. I mean, almost the same theme, saving the princess and everything. But the beast aspect is missing because that's where the Donkey Kong actually element comes from. The game designer tried to bring in uh, King Kong and I think a couple of more movies and created Donkey Kong out of it. But yeah, Donkey Kong was framed. Yes, of course. All right. For that question, for question number 4, 7 points for that great steal for the Royals. And we go back to the fortune ball for the Royals pick. 3 questions remaining.
You choose, Astrid.
5.
All right. Question number 5. All right, another classic question. This classic from early 2000 follows the misadventures of a family deeply dysfunctional, known for its witty humor and running gags and famous catchphrases. It is presented in a serialized format incorporating handheld camera, voiceover narration. This won 6 Primetime Emmy Awards and a Golden Globe Awards and attracted a cult following. Though initially cancelled, it came back with a streaming platform. What are we talking about? We're talking about a TV show, of course. Which TV show, famous TV show, are we talking about?
It is Banana Split, or how's it called? The candid camera thing. I think it was called Banana Split in English.
Very
Was a
interesting to see
family
what
involved?
the audience chat
You
says in
think
this.
that's more an American series, I think, but yeah, you could be right because Banana Split
Very famous early 2000s show.
was before 2000. What do you think, Astrid? What did you say?
I only was asking if a family was involved in Banana Split because I
Oh,
do not know
no.
that.
Yeah,
Princess
sometimes.
Royals?
Home Improvement? No.
Time is up. We have to say something.
Yeah, any final answer, guess?
Go, Denver Clan?
Final answer?
Weil es wird early.
Family Ties?
Final answer?
Keine answer?
Family Ties.
Okay, not Family Ties. We go to Underdogs. Let's see if they can crack it.
Akhilesh? It's not Simpson, right? Because that's what comes to my mind, but
Again, that was something that was coming to my mind, but I'm not sure if known for its witty humor, running gags, and famous catchphrases.
I mean, it's matching the description, but
Did
I'm not sure whether it was it started in 2000s. This I'm not sure.
it was running in 2000 as well?
Is the family dysfunctional? Because I have actually never fully watched a Simpson program, so I've
I think
seen.
a lot of Indians have not. Like, I'm in that boat with you. I've seen snippets of the shows, but I don't
Yes,
think Simpsons ever got picked up very much in India.
yeah, but from what I've heard, it seems to match the description. But
Of
the only
course.
thing that is
Yeah.
not matching is this handheld camera piece. It was presented in a series.
Thumbs up. Any guesses? Underdogs.
Simpson for right now, because there's no other program that I'm recalling which matches this.
Not Simpsons. We go back to the Royals, and I'll give out the cast member of this show. Okay, the cast had Jason Bateman, Jessica Walter, Michael Cera, Will Arnett, David Cross, Tony Hale. a lot of these are very famous actors. Michael Cera, of course, Jason Bateman. And this was a sitcom in 2003. If you don't know, then you probably don't know because this wasn't a very famous show when it came out, but then later on became very famous. So again, I would say Jason Bateman, Michael Cera, Will Arnett. These were the main three people in this show. If you don't know, then you don't know.
Could
And yeah, continue with that.
could it
Uh,
be not the 9 o'clock news? What do you think? No, it's not with families.
I have no clue.
That's fine. We can close this if you guys don't know, and we'll go take a quick guess from uh,
Yeah.
Underdogs as well. Yeah, we can stop the timer in that case. Underdogs, any guesses? I have a feeling this is not a very popular show.
Okay, but any other show that's coming to mind? Dysfunctional Family. Nothing.
That's fine. We'll close the question.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll close the question. Arlene is saying I only saw it because my friend was obsessed with Will Arnett. And yeah, this show is all about Will Arnett and Jason Bateman. The show was called Arrested Development. If you haven't seen this, check it out. It's on Netflix. It's a crazy show. It has like a very, like you can see the actors, right? Of course, Jason Bateman is a legendary actor. Will Arnett is a big actor. Michael Cera also stars in the show. The crazy part about the show is it has so many memes and so many catchphrases that like that's why I put that banana stand there because it's a very central part of the show. If you don't know, you don't know. That's all right. We close the question. Nobody gets the point for this one. And since this was the Royals question, we come back for Underdogs to take a pick. Question 8 is pending. Okay. 10 is pending and 12 is pending. Yes, we have three questions.
Akhilesh?
Let's go with 12.
All right, question number 12. I'm very interested if you guys can get this, by the way. Let's see, question number 12. Until recently, Das was the only capital in the world without traffic lights, reflecting the country's unique approach to preserving tradition. The capital is the sixth highest capital in the world by altitude. Unusually for a capital city, it does not have its airport as well. The country also has a national defined objective of achieving gross national happiness. Name the country and the capital.
Alok, I think it's Bhutan.
Bhut- Uh,
Bhutan and capital is Thimphu.
yeah, I think let's go with that because.
Just read the question again.
Okay, let's. Yeah, until recently, Dash was the only capital in the world without traffic lights, reflecting the country's approach, which seems fine. The capital is the sixth highest capital in the which also matches.
Matches.
Usually, large capital does not have its own airport, relying on one character. I think it's Bhutan and Thimphu. Yeah, I think so.
Nearest would be, I think it would
But
be.
let's also see. Yeah. Tell me.
The gross national happiness is something I can relate Bhutan with because I
Yes.
mean they go with GNH instead of GDP and all those kind of things. So I would go with the Bhutan and Thimphu.
Yeah. Let's go
That's a
with that.
final answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Bhutan and
That
Thimphu.
is right. 10 points for both the correct answers. Bhutan and Thimphu, the only country in the world to actually have happiness as part of their GDP or GNP. And of course, it's had known as traffic lights for like until very recently in Thimphu when they actually started having a lot of traffic. They have very regulated tourism as well, which is, I think, one of the great things about Bhutan. A very small
I think you
nation.
can't
Very
even
close.
go that like the visa is not also easy to get. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's not, but like once you reach there, what you do is also very regulated because they protect their heritage very much. But that's great. With that, we give 10 points for question number 12 to the Underdogs, and we come back to the wall for the Royals to pick a number. Here's the wall.
Let's take question 10.
All right, question number 10. Let's go. William Moulton Marston, also known as the pen name Charles Moulton, was an American psychologist who, with his wife Elizabeth Holloway, invented an early prototype of polygraph, which is also called the lie detector test. He was also an author and a writer who created a character called Suprema the X. What is X? What is the character that he created? Suprema the X. Very famous character, not an unknown character, by the way. He was known for lie detector test or polygraph.
Um,
I know we are a little over time, so I'll rush the answers
crime.
a little much. Little guys, if you don't know, we can just pass, or if you want to take a guess, please take a guess.
An American crime character, I would say, Astrid. But who's famous there?
I don't know.
Al Capone?
Any guesses?
Try.
Yeah.
Yanko, any final guess? Ashford?
Uh, Al Capone?
No, not Al Capone. We go to the underdogs.
To you?
Suprema X. What is X? Maybe I'll give a random guess. Avengers.
Suprema the Avenger. Self-help author. Avengers. Okay.
Nothing else. Nothing comes to my mind. So just
Self-help. Which fame? Like, is Napoleon Hill or someone or uh, maybe
self-help.
Dale Carnegie or something that's coming to your mind. But the character Suprema the X.
The X, so X got to be some kind of an adjective that's popular. And that's how I came to Avenger, but maybe I'm wrong. So
Any
what
guesses? Time is up.
Is that the only thing that's coming to mind? So we can go with that. Okay,
Yes.
let's go with that. Yeah.
Avengers, not Avengers, but good guess though. Or else I'll give out a hint. Underdogs were on the right track. It's the dash that I had missed was comic book writer. So he was also a comic book writer, apart from being the inventor of the lie detector test. Now he created a character which is now very famously known as a DC Comics character. All right, first hint: DC Comics character, not Marvel, Avengers, Stan Lee, and all those guys. Leave them apart. DC character, and this character had actually tie up to what he used to do because he created the lie detector test, and the character had a lasso of truth. So the character would put a lasso of truth on people, and they would start speaking the truth. That's the hint that I would say. The DC character with a lasso of truth.
Wonder Woman. It should be Wonder Woman then.
All right. Is that your final answer?
Yep.
That is right, Wonder Woman. So he created Suprema the Wonder Woman, and then in a period of time, Suprema name got removed, and she was just called Wonder Woman. The Amazon princess or queen used to have the lasso of truth or lie detector test. That's how it is synced. That's the character Charles Moulton created Wonder Woman. For question number 10, 5 points since it was after the hint goes to the Royal Sarika. And for the final question of the match, question number 8, we go to the underdogs. Underdogs, let's see if you can get this one. It's a fun question. In
2009.
2009, Dash made this announcement with their official blog at the time. So they basically said they hired goats to eat grass and fertilize, and they didn't want to spend money on lawn mowers. They had grass and they didn't want to spend money on lawn mowers, so they hired goats, and that's what they did. The statement that I've put in quotes is actually an official statement by one of the person from the company. This is a company also, so I'm talking about a company. which hired goats.
Okay.
Which like in 2009, Dash made this announcement while their official blog at the time.
A herder brings out 200 goats and they spend roughly a week with us at Dash, eating the grass and fertilizing at the same time. The goats are herded with the help of Jen and Border Collie. Cost of the same is mowing and goats are allowed clutter to watch in lawnmowers. Fishing dog at the time.
The goats are herded with help of a gen. It costs us about the same as mowing. Dash my thing. So it's got to be some company.
Any company coming to the mind where they do things like this?
I mean, who would want to clear their farm? Really?
5 seconds, guys. I have a feeling Sarika is going to have a hard time calculating the scores because the match is a little tough or close to call. Any guesses, Alok? Akhilesh?
Uh, a blank guess maybe could be
McDonald's?
okay. Let's go with that.
Not McDonald's. We go to Royals for a steal.
This could be an Apple joke. So I would say Steve Jobs or something made the announcement to with us at Apple. Or something with Google, but something like that.
I
What
was
do you
also
think?
thinking about Google more, but I haven't heard
Yeah,
of
but
it.
who would make the announcement there?
Google made the announcement and they stayed in with us at Silicon Valley.
Or the other way around?
Or the other way around.
But I think
Or Apple?
okay. I would say that Steve Jobs or something might to stay a week at Apple.
Time's up. Final answer, guys.
Apple?
Apple. Final answer.
Steve,
Not
Steve
Apple.
Jobs. Steve Jobs
Not
and Apple.
yeah. Not Apple and Steve Jobs. We come back to Underdogs with a hint. I shouldn't yank her on the right track. It's a tech company based in Silicon Valley. So a tech company in Silicon Valley literally hired goats because their compound had grass and they didn't want to hire uh, lawnmowers. Because again, we are quitting last question, so I'm going to give you 30 seconds to take a guess. Tech company, Silicon Valley.
Let's go with Google.
Okay, but Google do it? But I was thinking Airbnb, but
No.
no.
Definitely not Airbnb. It's
Okay,
Google,
or Facebook.
Google or Facebook. Yeah, that's the other one I was thinking about. But I would say let's go with Google.
Google. Okay, let's Google. Yeah.
That is right. Google literally hired
Oh.
goats to eat grass, and like Yanko
Okay.
actually said it, but like you guys went with Apple. But that's right. Yeah, Google actually did this in 2009. They made a post about mowing with goats, and like this went viral. And this used to have the official blog of Google back then. With that, we come to the end of the quiz, and it's time for results. So, Sarika, are we all
Sajid,
set with the
what's the number uh, for the last question? What's the
five,
number? Score. 5 or 7?
5 points for the last question for Alok and Akhilesh because it was after
5
the
points,
end.
right?
That's right.
5, right?
5 points for final question, which was question number 8 for Alok and Akhilesh. All right. Are we ready with the results?
Almost. Just give me a minute and get ready. Yeah, done.
All right. Let's see. Let's put some drum rolls in there.
Yeah. So you're sharing that sheet, or shall I announce the score?
No, please go ahead. Let's just first announce the score so that uh, the each question we can be sure of that how participants played.
So the Royals score is 25
All right.
and the underdog score is 37. So winner is underscores.
Underdogs move on to the next round. Congratulations, Underdog. I think this is the score sheet. Great job, Underdogs. Just to recap, this is like we'll do a double tally, but this looks like the last question, and the question before could have been the game changer. But great job,
Yep.
Alok and Akhilesh. Congratulations on the win. Alok and Ashad and Yanko, great game, but sadly, Royals could not move on.
Yeah. Next
Though
year.
it was fun. I
Next
think
year, better luck.
Definitely next year. Thank you so much
So
for
congrats.
Thank you
playing.
very much.
Thank you so
And
much,
congrats to the
everybody, for
underdog.
participating. Chats, of course, always an amazing. Like one of my favorite, uh, part of this show is just reading the chat. Liz, Arlene, everybody in the chat who are playing along. Thank you so much for joining. And yeah, congratulations, Akhilesh. First time participant has directly moved on to the second round. Alok, Akhilesh, great job. We'll see you in the next round. Astrid and Yanko, thank you so much for playing.
great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Have a
Thanks,
nice
guys.
Thanks,
day.
y'all.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.